Being the professional I am, I've lost my notes. Here they are. There's one notice I need to say, is that photos will be taken during the event by Jayne, and if you have any objection to your photo being taken, please let her know. Yeah. And while we're in the world, I've got an email today from the Assembly Hall, and they've offered us a free gig to launch the Roadworks CD.
Hey!
Yeah. So I'll let you know when, all that sort of stuff.
We can't wait, I can tell you.
Can't wait. Well,
Tell us the next one then.
it's a great pleasure tonight to welcome Virginia Lowe. We're running ahead of time, which is great because I want more music than talking. And I've known Virginia for quite a few years now. And I've always admired Virginia because she's created a mental health project in Islington, which is quite unique. And everyone knows that. And she is an amazing woman. And she's an American. Virginia Lowe.
The Stuart Lowe Trust was inspired by my late son Stuart's experience of not being able to get the help that he needed to cope with schizophrenia, and he did sadly kill himself at the age of 27. A group of local people got together to try to find what would be helpful that didn't exist to people who were in that sort of situation and despairing. And the rest is sort of history. And we've been helpful to a lot of people. But one group of people who don't take part in our events are people in their 20s, in their late 20s. And David and I were just saying earlier on that although there are projects through Islington Music Forum for troubled people under the age of 25, and there are people over the age of 35 who take part in our events and the events here, there's not anything that seems to attract people in their late 20s and early 30s who, possibly like Stuart, really wanted to find a place in mainstream society, but needed some extra help. And we're looking for ideas of what we can do to be helpful to people in this age group. And I certainly welcome ideas from you. We've got some students who are from University College London who are doing some research on this, doing some interviews. But a lot of years have gone by and nobody seems to have come up so far with anything that is helpful or is attracting this age group. We're similar in outlook to Islington Mental Health Forum in community development, and David tells me that there's going to be that you're really getting into going to the care homes for older people who have become the sort of neglected area of society, you know, into care and out of sight, and a lot of them might as well probably feel that they've been forgotten by mainstream society. And it will be wonderful not only that you are there to perform wonderful music and poetry and things, but also to remind people that they're not forgotten and make people feel that they're part of the wider world. One thing that's concerned me a lot is to raise the profile of volunteering and to try to reduce the equation of human value with what you earn but there does seem to be a lot of that around. And so that's anyway. That's the serious, the serious side of things. And as I say, I'm really pleased to be here and seeing so many familiar faces and hearing this wonderful music and being inspired. And Viv and I should be singing along because we go to Stuart Lowe Trust singing classes every Sunday evening. So I'm glad that both our organisations are working on helping everyone to be healthy and knitted into our communities, seen and appreciated for what they can contribute, including the people in the care homes, that you feel that they're worth bringing into your work and your sphere, and that's lovely. So thank you very much for inviting me.
In some of the universities for people doing mental health degrees or psychology degrees or other artists, art degrees who might be interested in getting involved with people with mental health issues and the community and what's going on and how we're developing and being creative and stuff.
Get the students involved socially.
Yeah.
Is it possible you could, because I don't think that will be taken on in the new service upstairs without the tender. Is it possible you could contact Ray who does that, and he also does yachting, I think, and kayaking, that could possibly be absorbed by Stuart Lowe?
Boating. Sort of boating.
Boating and kayaking, and he does a narrowboat thing as well.
Ray Hensman doing.
Yeah. Because that's something that service users from there are going to miss. And I assume...
But how many of them are in this age group?
What age group?
It's sort of 25s to 35s. That's where we're particularly trying to...
You'd have to ask Ray.
Yeah.
Just give up and stay indoors.
That's...
Get forgotten about.
That is the big problem.
Yeah.
If you're not causing... I mean, that was really Stuart. If you're not causing trouble to the neighbours...
But once upon a time, there's a policy within centres where if you didn't turn up, they come around to see you. These days, there's no one.
There's nobody, and people, I mean, Stuart was never sectioned, he was never in hospital. He was, when he said he didn't want to see a mental health nurse, he didn't want to have a regular appointment, they said, oh, well, okay, don't, you know.
But that's a weakness then.
Yeah. But nobody ever asked why, and nobody ever suggested anything better. So there's a lot for people who sit in their rooms and do nothing. You have to think what would lure them out, and that's a tough one.
Transform and do something.
Yeah.
That seems like a really good suggestion.
To try to get these younger people, older younger people, involved in it. So that's because I mean there are gardening projects around. really touched. So thank you very much. And these were the